Welcome UTV Driver fans, friends, and enthusiasts. Today we're going to talk about the Can-Am Defender, specifically the Can-Am Defender Max Limited. Now this here is the Cadillac of UTVs, if Cadillacs could actually go fun, dirty, and dangerous places. This is the 4-door, 6-person Defender Max Limited. Now there is a model above the Defender Max Limited, and that is the Defender Max Lone Star Cab Edition, which, because it's a Texas theme sort of thing, it has tinted windows, blacked out everything. You know, I always thought that the official pickup of Texas was a white pickup, but apparently not. Now the Lone Star Cab is great and all, but it's an extra $3,200. Before we get to the hits and misses, let's go over some basic specs. Because it's a Can-Am, it's got a torquey V-twin inside. It's got a 978cc HD10 Rotax V-twin engine. That puts out 82 horsepower and 69 feet-pound of torque. This motor pushes 2,496 pounds of chassis on 30-inch tires spaced 65 inches apart. It all rides on double-arched A-arms with a sway bar up front with arched twin trailing arms in back and an external sway bar in the rear. Ground clearance is 14 inches. Power gets transmitted via Pro Torque CVT with quick response system. Drivetrain features selectable turf mode, 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive with exclusive smart lock. You can pull or tow 2,500 pounds of whatever you like, or put 1,000 pounds back in the truck bed, or just 600 pounds if you live in the great state of California. And it's right there in the spec sheet. This thing is good for a party of 6 or 1 driver and 5 partiers. That's the TLDR on what the Defender Max Limited is. But how does all of that come together on the trail? We're going to talk about our feelings when it comes to side-by-sides, and we're going to talk about the 5 things we love and the 5 things we hate about this Can-Am Defender Max Limited. The first thing that we love about the Defender Max Limited is the engine. Lord love a V-twin Rotax engine. As any aging moto weirdo will tell you, the best engine they ever put in a Buell was a Rotax V-twin. Sorry, Harley. Smooth and free revving, they still have that nice little bit of rumble without that lumpy potato sound. It's tuned for a respectable 82 horsepower, but more importantly, it's got 69 feet-pound of torque. For this type of class-leading wreck ute, torque is what's really important. Leave the triple-digit horsepower ratings to all the sport rigs. It's all about what you can put to the ground right now. The number 2 thing that we love about the Defender Max Limited is this cab. It is just a bubble of comfort and awesomeness no matter where you are. The doors are solid and make that satisfying clunk when you close them. Up front, you get electric windows, which we all know is fancy. In the back, you get hand crank windows. For those of you who don't know what hand crank windows are, they're an ancient form of rolling down windows that involves using a crank and spinning it clockwise or counterclockwise. Plus, the glass front windshield folds out into one of 3 positions and has a wiper, which is awesome on these really muddy days. It actually sort of makes me want to hit puddles on purpose, just having that wiper. I don't know why. And lastly, an adjustable front seat isn't exactly breaking news, but it's exactly what you expect from a premium rig from Can-Am. Taken all together, this Can-Am interior really sets the bar high. So staying in the cab, the third thing that we love about the Defender Max Limited is selectable turf mode. Selectable turf mode means that you can absolutely send it on the trails, but once you get closer to the homestead, you can tiptoe through the daisies, so to speak. The fourth thing that we love about the Defender Max Limited is this 4,500-pound winch. This thing puts the Defender Max Limited's purpose right up front. Now, it does have a steel cable, but some of us here at UTV Driver wish that the steel cable was synthetic instead. Either way, it means that you have all that pulling power at your disposal, and you get to play hero when things go sideways. It means that even if you're carrying a full complement of 6 burly dudes, you've still got a 7th or 8th man with you. And that's really about it. A winch is always a good thing to have. The fifth thing that we love about the Defender Max Limited is the HVAC system. Listen to this thing. Welcome to July and August in Knoxville, Tennessee. It is hot as blazes and everything is sweaty. It's just a fact that the more comfortable you are, the more work you can get done. So 0 apologies for enjoying a bit of cold air on a hot day. The Defender Max Limited's air conditioning is going to make you wish that the trip to the next part of the job site lasts just a little bit longer. Being that it's July or August, we're just going to assume that the heat works. You folks up north, keep us honest in the comments. So that's 5 things we love about the Can-Am Defender Max Limited. Now, to everyone's favorite part, the 5 things we hate. What is with us? Why do we always like things that are negative? My theory is that negativity is just another form of honesty. Anybody can tell you what you want to hear. It takes someone special to give it to you straight. So number 1 on the list of things that we hate, again, the HVAC system. So you know how we love what the HVAC system does? We hate how it works. This 1-button system for the HVAC is really annoying. There is 1 button that turns, so that's fairly easy, right? There's the temperature, and then I press it, and now it's on heat, and I don't know why it's doing that. I press it again, and now it's on low, which is a fan setting, not a temperature setting. Press it again, and now we're back to the 57 degrees HVAC setting. On one hand, it's fairly easy. It's a button and a knob that you twist and press until you get the setting that you want. But a separate dial or knob would just be so much easier. You wouldn't even have to take your eyes off the trail to fiddle with it. But with the button, you gotta look down and constantly confirm that what you're trying to control is what's being controlled. Admittedly, it's kind of a nitpicky thing, but with Can-Am, we've come to expect a lot. So the number 2 thing we hate about the Defender Max Limited is the dump bed. Specifically, the lack of a power dump bed. Remember that 1,000-pound hauling capacity? That's really great, huh? Pretty cool. But there is no power assist or any kind of hydraulic assist to dump this bed. When you want to dump this bed, you have to get in here and lift it up by yourself. If you have a full day of hauling or transferring whatever it is that you're carrying, that is extra time and energy that you could be spending towards something else. It's sort of like Can-Am's way of saying that this Defender Max Limited is too good for moving potting soil or sand. Now, the number 3 thing that we hate about the Can-Am Defender Max Limited is how hot this back seat gets. Now, you remember the HVAC, the air conditioning up front, awesome. However, in the rear, it's a little different story. That awesome Rotax HD10 engine is right behind you, right behind this firewall here. It gets hot back here. Today, it's about 91 degrees and we were blasting the AC, and up front, we were cool as a cucumber. However, for those of us, like me, stuck back here, things were getting a little toasty. Part of the problem is that there are no vents from the front to the back. It's probably not a hard thing to solve. We actually probably just need a more robust or sturdy heat shield back here, and the problem would be largely fixed. So the number 4 thing that we hate about the Can-Am Defender Max Limited is, strangely enough, the power. In this caliber of utility rig, 82 is frankly lacking behind some of the competitors. Now, we're seeing horsepower figures of 114, 115. That's over 30 horsepower less than comparable models. And that's why power, or lack thereof, is the 4th thing we hate about the Can-Am Defender Max Limited. And so, the 5th and final thing that we hate about the Can-Am Defender Max Limited is the price. Starts at $33,499, and that is just the beginning. We have to talk about tax, we have to talk about dealership fees, we have to talk about transportation, and then when you start opening up the aftermarket or accessories catalog, things go north from there. Pretty soon, you are talking about something that is close to $40,000. Comparable competitors from Kawasaki and Polaris have added updates, they've added new features, they have more horsepower. In some ways, this rig shouldn't even be in the same class as those competitors. Now, we've said this again and again and again. However, north of $30,000 is a lot of money to spend on a UTV or side-by-side, and that is just not in the books for most people. So those are the 5 things that we hate about the Can-Am Defender Max Limited. But wait, there's more. There are 2 honorable mentions. These are really nitpicky and dumb and frankly kind of small things, but who would we be if we didn't mention them? This comes in 4 colors. They're all strikingly wonderful, beautiful colors with fancy names. There's camo, there's red, there's blue, there's tan, like the one we have here. That's too many options. How am I supposed to decide? It's an embarrassment of riches. It's too much for one man to decide. And the other final thing is the name Limited. Frankly, we drove this thing around all day and we were impressed by the limitless possibilities. Why limited? I know that that sounds fancy. It's shorthand for scarcity, this, that, and the other thing. If it was us, we would change it to the Can-Am Defender Max Unlimited. That was the 5 things that we love and the 5 things that we hate about the Can-Am Defender Max Limited. Now, who is this rig for? This is a pure utility rig for people who are frankly engaged in purely utilitarian exercises, whether it's hunting, whether it's farming, whether you are hauling brush or logs or anything in between. This rig will always have you covered. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you have just watched, go down below and hit the like button, then hit the subscribe button. Then go to utvdriver.com where we have news, reviews, and buyer's guides 5 days a week. All the news that's fit to send. And when you are done with that, go to all the social medias. We are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, we are on TikTok. We will see you there.